Good afternoon, everybody. Patrick again at Patrick Damore Golf Instruction. Today we got Jason Dufner on the operating table, and we're going to go over exactly why, quite frankly, he's the best ball striker on tour. That's my opinion, and I'm going to stick with it until I see otherwise. And I'm going to show you why he is so good tee to green. His putting is an object of discussion, but tee to green, I think he's second to none. And I'm gonna show you a couple things on why he is so good. First and foremost, his impact position's flawless, and I'll get into that in a second. But we're gonna show you in my opinion, the main reason why he is so good tee to green. And my system, arcs, shoulders, shift. I stress strongly that the two swing arcs, your back swing arc and your forward swing arc, should be very similar in direction, if not the same. I try to stress the same. And very similar in shape in terms of width. And he is a really good example of this, folks. I'm going to show you him at the top here in a second. When he gets set up at the top of the golf swing, folks, his forward swing arc and his swing plane are mirror images of each other in terms of direction. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here. We're going to put a little dot on the club handle. We're going to progress him through his forward swing. And you're going to see that these hands never leave the forward swing plane direction. This is real good stuff. And when you have a player that does this, and I don't see too many that do this, his yellow swing plane circle and an actual line circle his hands take on that forward swing to impact are almost mirror images of each other. That means there's very little compensations in that forward swing up to impact. And when you get someone who swings this way, you're going to see someone who is very good tee to green, and he is. There's no doubt about that. He works very hard on keeping a very similar swing plane on his back swing as on his forward swing. And this is good stuff. This is why he is really good tee to green. Now we're going to get another picture of him up here, his front view. And I'm going to take him to the top. First and foremost, so I'm going to put a little circle around his mass, his torso, if you will. Okay, that's where his torso is, or his center of gravity, or his mass, as I like to call it, at address. And in my system, I do encourage a lateral move on the backswing and a lateral move on the forward swing. Albeit he's using looks like a mid iron or short iron. There's not going to be much, but there will be some in his swing. There will be some shift. There will be some dynamic transfer of weight. I'm going to get into the top of the swing here, folks. And as you can see, I'm going to put another circle around his mass. This one's going to be red. A little bit of movement off the ball, just a touch. And again, he's using a mid to short iron, so there won't be much, but there will be some, and that's the important thing. Let's get him back to the setup position again. I'm going to put a little arrow above his head. We'll get him to the top. As you can see, this arrow has moved a little bit. Again, a very slight transfer weight away from the ball, or away from the target on that backswing. And that's something I preach, folks. Arcs, shoulders, shift. Now let's get him back to impact. As you can see, his head is now fluctuated back towards the target. His mass, if you will, his center of gravity, has moved on top of the golf ball to about there. And these circles I'm putting up, folks, are going to show his weight transfer or his center of gravity progression through the swing. Here's another one. Okay, put this up over here. And of course we're going to get him to the finish here in a second. And he is way out in front now. But those circles kind of reflect where his center of gravity travels or moves to during the golf swing. On the back swing, it moves away from the target. On the forward swing, it moves to the target. And in my system, arcs, shoulders, and shift, that is something I stress greatly. And he is hitting, albeit it looks like a 6, 7, 8 iron here, a short iron. He still has weight transfer through the golf swing. Now let's get rid of some of these lines. What I like to see at impact is him right on top of the golf ball, folks, and he is, again, another reason why he is so good tee to green. There's not a lot of spine angle or lean at impact. He is very much on top of the ball, if you will. Let me trace his right side here. Here's another thing I like to do with golfers at impact. I can always tell a good golfer, I mean, I shouldn't say that, a tee to green, an efficient golfer versus a distance golfer by this position of the right side at impact. When I see someone who's got a very vertical right side at impact, like he does, instead of you know, the big reverse C impact position at impact, I'm looking at a golfer that's pretty good tee to green, and he is, obviously. Now let's get back over to here on the left. Why does having these arms and hands come down the same circle, why does that mean good golf shots? Why does that mean consistency? In a nutshell, I'm going to show you folks exactly what happens. When the hands get to the top of the swing and they come down that same circle, there is no vertical drop of the hands from the top down. They don't go this way. They go right down the same circle, right down the same plane, if you will. If they do go this way, then eventually they got to come back onto the circle through impact, and that usually leads to too much of an inside path at impact, which means flipping and rotation of the forearms at impact. This position right here, these hands will be turning over to fix things, and he doesn't do that, obviously. Another thing I want to show you, when I see golfers at impact, pros anyways, that have a flat right foot at impact with their irons, or somewhat flat foot, I'm also looking at a person that's a very controlled golfer, controlled swinger, like he is. When I see this right heel off the ground, more so at impact, I'm looking at more of a distance golfer, or a spin flipper, if you will. But obviously he's not like that. He is a very good example of one of the three things that I stress with my students, and that's arcs. His backswing arc and his forward swing arc are very, very similar, if not identical. And that is one major reason why he is, without a doubt in my opinion, tee to green, the best out there. I'm Patrick Damore at Patrick Damore Golf Instruction. If you want help with your golf swing, by all means, look me up, my website, my YouTube channel, send me your video, and I can help. Thank you.